Ball goes up all the way back towards Sierra. Valencia looking for it. The rebound for Borghetti. People asking him to take a shot. He was blocked as the ball gets quickly recovered by Xavi. Pepe trying to put in a very long one, but a good header in the back.
I was gonna mention, Klaus, a fun fact about Paco Palencia, who once said that if he didn't become a soccer player, he would have been a rock star. He's a heavy metal fan. He loves rock and roll, plays the guitar, and you can see his style. He's a great footballer, but he could have been also a great musician.
You mentioned that final in 2001 that he took part of. And we'll talk about that after this one as the ball makes its way into the area. The shot ends up being blocked by Pujol. Quickly picks up his head and finds Xavi. I was going to mention. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was going to mention that during that match, Boca defeating Cruz Azul in Mexico City, and then in the final match, that's a handball.
That's a handball.
No flag up. Yeah,
that's
flag is up now. Handball. And then Paco Palencia is scoring the only goal for Cruz Azul, defeating Boca in La Bombonera, forcing the penalty shootouts.
You mentioned him being a rock fan. Remember when he used to play with his nails painted black? He used to paint his nails black.
Yes. That was
so
part
very
of his features, that was part of the personality that he wanted to show.
El Piro tries to get in contact with it. Here's Borghetti with a good recovery. Trying to get Guardado involved in the middle. Goes all the way back. Towards Moreno. Valencia. Luis Hernandez back even more.
Nice.
Mexico crossing it here. It's going to be something interesting. It's a wonderful ball in the area. No one able to get a good strike on it. And now is the response by the FIFA legends with Cafu and Xavi.
Look at Pujol going forward.
Here's the Brazilian former champion. Pujol, who is not his typical position. He's more of a center back, not a winger, but good try anyway. And here, Checo Perez.
Conejo Perez saving.
Conejo Perez, excuse me. Oh, that's a lot of help right there.
And that was the one by Andres Guardado, who missed in an open shot.
Lashun. Pujol. Del Piero trying to keep it inbound. Has Sergio. Decides to go with the former Barcelona, former Inter Miami. And now Pepe. Both of those played against each other back in the day in El Clásico between Real Madrid and Barcelona. Many battles between the two. Here's Xavi connecting once again with Sergio. Guardado with a good recovery, finding Hernandez.
Those were real battles at the time.
Yep. Careful with this ball. It's a good one. Pujol.
Many people think that Pepe was born in Portugal, but Pepe was actually born in Brazil. He moved at a very young age to Portugal, and that's why he defended the Portugal national team. He was part of the Portugal national team, making it to the World Cup, but he was actually born in Brazil.
Oh, what a header, and the good response by Dida.
What a save.
Look at those reflexes go. They're going to try to cross it in once again. Borghetti. And the shot from long range by Andrés Guardado. Now Hernandez. Paco Palencia taking advantage of that rebound and right into the back of the net. Mexico Legends lead 1-0.
It's Paco Palencia punting that ball, finding the back of the net for the 1-0. Here's a goalkeeper who played in 3 World Cups, won one in 2002 for Brazil. I think it's an own goal. Yeah, it's an own goal by Puyol.
Well, I think he actually ends up anticipating. He ends up scoring. It's a wonderful goal by Palencia, and that's one you'll want to watch again. Scan the QR code on your screen and get instant access to highlights and key moments from today's match, powered by 7 Sports and Entertainment. Perfect for replays, recaps, and post-game viewing, free and with no app download. Right on your screen, don't miss any of the highlights and any of the moments of this match.
Javi Hernandez with that class, finding now another number 10, Francesco Totti. They get together. They can create a lot of danger for the FIFA legends.
Here's Totti.
Good combination. Oh!
Fighting Xavi. Oh, what a goal! What a goal from the former Barcelona. A little cheeky love over the keeper. And FIFA legends quickly equalize 1-1, Jose.
What a beauty. And it had to be Xavi Hernandez. Look at that pass by Francesco Totti. And then she just chipped it. Conejo Perez was like, what are you doing? And Andres Guardado laughing all the way to the back of the net. It is 1-1. It's a lot of fun. Look at that finish. Wow. He still has it. Remember, we're only playing 35 minutes each half.
That's right. Here's Dida. Pujol with Cafu back towards the defensive area with Materazzi. Pepe.
And let's don't forget about Dida. You know, being one of the MVP in the 2003 Champions League final between Milan and Juventus. After 120 minutes, it was Dida with a class act, with a great performance, helping Milan, the Rossoneri, to win the Champions League.
Back in that start of the millennium, back in the start of the 2000s, that first decade of the 2000s, AC Milan controlling a very, very important part of world football. Referee says the ball is still in. It's not out until the ref says so. Wonderful ball, Borghetti! And the wonderful response. One-handed save by Dida. We are going to have a corner.
Look at Tuca Ferretti. So if Bielsa had the cooler, then Tuca Ferretti had that little bench right there. He's laughing. Okay, yeah, we have to see him laugh because he doesn't do it quite often. It was a great block by Dida to send it to the corner kick.
Hernandez. Careful with this one. It's a wonderful challenge. A little rough, but good anyway. And now the response, the counterattack by the FIFA legends. Here's Xavi. Look at the overlapping run by Cafu. Careful on the far post. Xavi. Sergio opening up and even more. The shot gets blocked by Andresito Guardado. Now Pepe trying his luck. Far away from target.
Pepe gaining some meters and attacking and trying that long distance shot. Missed completely, but yeah, why not trying, right? Playing all his entire life as a central defender. This is the chance. This is the time to score goals.
Look at that beautiful ball from Andres Guardado. Definitely the speciality of the house for number 18. Fabio Capello. Marco Fabian intercepting that one. Near in possession. Guardado. Sergio trying to recover. Palencia gets there first. The author of one of the goals tries to put a through ball. Hernandez gets there with a lot of effort and ends up earning a corner kick. Good effort by number 11. And now Mexico's going to have a chance here to put the ball in the area.
Here's Puyol, another World Cup champ, having won also a Euro with Spain, with a tremendous header against Germany in the semi-final. The ball was out of bounds.
You know, it's funny because I was going to tell you, I was actually going to say, is he going to try the Olympic goal? But because he wasn't a righty, he was using his left. I didn't think he was going to try it, but he almost got it. And that shows you that sometimes the fitness maybe is not there, but the class is definitely intact. Schneider trying to
It would have been almost
put a through ball.
Impossible to score from that angle with the right foot.
Borghetti. Paco Palencia. Back towards the middle. Finding Luis Hernandez. Careful with the shot by Fabian.
He retired many years ago and he's in very good shape. The only Mexican player that I remembered that went to play for Boca Juniors.
Careful with this shot. Gets blocked once again by Puyol. Asking for a handball there. Matador Hernandez doesn't get it. Another response by FIFA Legends with Del Piero. Trying to keep it inbound.
El Matador Hernandez forming a nice couple of attackers for Mexico in the 1998 World Cup in France. Scoring goals against Belgium. Hernandez scoring against Germany in the round of 16. And luckily for Mexico, Bierhoff scored the winner in the last minute, sending Mexico home. A very, very talented side that Mexico presented in that World Cup. We're very close from eliminating one of the giants of international football, such as Germany. And getting to that dream 5th match in the World Cup. As we know, Mexico usually get out of the stage group, but only once in their history, in all the World Cups that they played, made it to the quarterfinals. And actually it was back in the World Cup hosted by Mexico back in 1986.
Look at this ball. Wonderful ball. And it gets blocked by Andrés Guardado. Guardado carrying it himself. Careful with this one. A couple of different options as the ball was heading towards Palencia. Gets blocked. Another response. Pepe looking like a winger, but a wonderful tackle by Lashun.
Pepe pushing forward again. As he said, Klaus training now as a winger.
Lashun carrying it on the right side. Guardado. Hernandez more than a striker, looking like a center attacking mid. Another long ball in the area. This one rejected by Materazzi. Gathered by Xavi with a beautiful back. El Piero. Xavi, surrounded by 3, has to back it up. El Piero has Cafu by himself. Well, gets intercepted first by Andrés Guardado. Not a good distribution by the Mexican legend. Wonderful ball towards Cafu. Wonderful ball! There's the finish that we were asking for. Not his best special touch, but it works anyway. Wonderful ball from Cafu. Does he know about crosses? And the header by Del Piero. 2-1 up. FIFA Legends, Jose.
Got a pass by Francesco Totti. Of course, I think he was offside. I don't know if there's offside here or not, but that was a beautiful ball. And a nice cross by Cafu, and Alessandro Del Piero just has to tap it in to find the back of the net for the 2-1 for the FIFA Legends. Del Piero, who played in 3 World Cups and scored 290 goals, mostly playing with Juve. And he's the historic top scorer for Juve. For ending his career in Australia. And a very important figure in the 2006 World Cup, where Italy defeated France to conquer the world.
Xavi. Ball ends up going out of bounds. And it will be a throw-in. Already taken. Materazzi finding Xavi. Sergio. Totti finds Sergio Busquets once again right in the middle of the pitch, controlling, picking up his head and looking for options.
Nice build up by the FIFA Legends. Knocking the ball around with Xavi and Totti orchestrating this beautiful way of football. And a fun fact about this, Totti, one of the few players who remained with just one club throughout his entire career, playing only for Roma, La Loba. But mentioning in his biography that one time Real Madrid came knocking on his door, and he was tempted with a big offer to move to Los Merengues, but at the last minute decided, no, this is home for me. I belong to the city, I belong to this club, and stayed with Roma.
It's a very good shot from Paco Palencia, trying to get his second one of the night.
Nice shot by Paco, left-footed. Always with the long hair.
Always. His trademark. Totti finds Xavi. Wonderful combination.
Nice.
Oh, well, Pepe didn't continue it. He's going to keep going, though. Oh, that's a foul.
That was a yellow card. Should have been.
Any other match, that would have happened. This one, I think they're going to let it go, but 100% with you on that one. That should have been. You know, it's a little, look at that. Well, I don't know. Clipped him right on the spot.
Yeah. But Palencia was holding him, and then he tripped by himself, but it was he was being held in the previous place. It's going to be Francesco. No, it's going to be Del Piero, it looks like.
Let's see what happens. 4 men in the wall. Oh, and the ball ends up hitting against the woodwork. What a ball. It is exactly what we were talking about a couple of minutes ago. Just because the fitness might not be there doesn't mean the class. And I think El Conejo Perez actually gets a little touch on it. If not, it would have been a goal. So good save by the keeper.
He had a hand on it. It would have been a goal. Conejo Perez, also part of that Cruz Azul, with Paco Palencia playing in the Copa Libertadores final in 2001.
We'll see what happens here. Now, is Cafu appearing on the left rather than the right?
And you had to give it to Conejo Perez, Klaus, because he's not a tall goalkeeper. I mean, I don't think he's even 6 feet tall. And that's why they call him El Conejo, the rabbit, because he jumps a lot. And he made all his way to professional football for many years, played, international level, playing with El Tri for many, many games. But always having that great balance with the jump to balance out that, being not the tallest goalkeeper.
Borghetti. Lashun switching sides. Another ball that makes its way into the area. This one's cleared away by Pujol. Wonderful touch by Sergio. Another response. Everybody asking Guardado to take a shot, and that's exactly what he ends up doing. It gets blocked along the way. Sergio opens this one all the way towards the far left side, looking for Del Piero. Wonderful control by number 10.
Here I found his height. Talking about Conejo Perez. 5'7".
Wow.
1.70 meters. And he played World Cups. He was the starter goalkeeper for Mexico in Cruz Azul many seasons. Playing Cruz Azul before moving on to Tigres, Chiapas, Necaxa, San Luis, Pachuca, and back to Cruz Azul back in 2019, where he retired. Played 55 matches for El Tri from 1997 to 2010. Nice try from long distance. Snyder and Bobo Pieri ready to come on the pitch. Totti and Del Piero coming off. Now Denigris and Zavala. Matador Hernandez leaving the pitch.
Marco Fabian with it.
Matador
Cross ends up being deflected.
On the pitch. Yeah, I think the one who left was Saguinho. Nice.
Wonderful back heel.
Look at that.
Hey, Pepe. The shot once again blocked by Pujol. Sergio. And then Wesley. Wesley's back in the pitch. Wesley Schneider.
You remember, Klaus, that Inter Miami team that won the treble, the Coppa Italia, Serie A, and the Champions League. And Snyder being a big part of all those wins.
Wonderful control. The pass distribution, not the best one there. A little bit of music on the pitch as well. For now, FIFA leading 2-1. We had early goals from both sides. Jesus Zavala in the back.
We are seeing not only very talented players, but very skillful in the way they play, you know. They still have that one touch. Something that is not easy.
Lashun asking for an option. And Puyol able to snatch it away. Vieri gets in contact. Snyder. Van Xavi Hernandez. Here's Sergio. Vieri getting involved as well. And now the response, the Nigris. And now the challenge by Puyol. And a very, very good chance here.
Fabian de la Mora. Let's see if he takes the free kick. Yes, foul by Puyol. No doubt about it. Contact and sign of pain by Matador Hernandez. Is he going to take it, or is it going to be Marco Fabian? You're arguing that, that the ball needs to be set back a few meters.
Well, they're going to play it short. Fabian involved very heavily in the last couple of minutes, finding Lashun. Wonderful combination from the Mexican legends. Sergio takes it away. Now the shot as Denidis was trying to get a back heel in there.
Christian Vieri played for many teams. Inter Miami, Atlético de Madrid, a few of them. Played also in the 1998 World Cup. Imagine having...
That's a good attempt of a through ball.
This pair of attackers in a single team. Ronaldo, Bamban Zamorano, Christian Vieri.
Careful with this one, the chance for Mexico! And the strike by Hernandez. As we said, not really looking like a striker, but looking more like a center attacking mid. He gets his goal, and the Mexican legends tie the game up.
Just resembling another FIFA legend, Romario, punting the ball. Why not? And finding the back of the net. Nothing to be done by Dida, and it goes through Puyol's legs. And with this typical El Matador, that's the way he celebrated back in his time. Finding the equalizer. It is 2-2 between the Mexican legends and the FIFA legends.
And that's why you hear the song in the background by Los Fabulosos Cadillacs, El Matador. As soon as he scores, they put that song in there to give him a little reminder. Oh, look at that pure class from Andresito. Mexico looking really good here. Lashun getting involved as well. And 80's looking for this one. Careful with the header back. And Dida captures.
Well, watch out, Dida. Very attentive to capture that ball. It's a lot of fun that we're watching here in Monterrey. By the way, back in the 1986 World Cup hosted in Mexico, some matches were played in this Monterrey area, in San Nicolás de la Garza in Nuevo León, Estadio Universitario, not particularly in this very same stadium, but yes, Monterrey and Nuevo León. It's not gonna be the first time that they see some World Cup action. Actually, the Estadio Universitario is where Monterrey's archer rivals play, Tigres, former Tuca Ferretti's team.
Careful with this long ball. Hernandez once again trying to get away from three, tries to take the shot, the chance for Mexico. Everyone asking for a handball. Referee says play it on. And now Cafu, look at the pass from Xavi Hernandez. Cafu going against the world. It's a 2-on-1, tries to make the individual play and ends up committing the foul.
And we don't have a VAR here, huh, Klaus? No VAR.
No VAR. Look at that. Look at that from Andrés Guardado.
Yeah, handball. Natural position, we call it.
Careful with this one. Getty looking for that pass towards Cafu. Cafu looking like a striker more than a defender. Sergio back with Wesley. Wesley! Conejo Perez. Oscar Perez with the outstanding save, preventing what could have been the 3-2 from the FIFA legends. It will be a corner.
And that's what we are used to see from Conejo Perez. Those spectacular saves. Asking for another handball. Let's see what Matador Hernandez can do on this one. It's the last one before the halftime whistle.
Opa! He's really into this match, huh? He's into it.
He is. He's always
very, even celebrated the goal like a final. I think he might be a little tired, though. Guardado. Well, there it is. Ladies and gents, the halftime whistle by our referee, Jimena Marquez. And the ending of the first 35 minutes ends up with a 2-2 score. Moments like these deserve a second look. Scan the QR on your screen to receive goals, big plays, and standout highlights from the Corona Legends game, brought to you by 7 Sports and Entertainment. Whether you're watching live or on demand, the best moments go straight to your phone. No app needed. Jose, your thoughts about these first 35 minutes real quick?
It's been very fun to watch. Actually, these legends demonstrate that they still have it, that they can still play soccer. You know, some keep the physical condition, others obviously don't. But they still got it, and they know how to play this beautiful sport.
Well, ladies and gents, with the hills and the mountains in the back, we are going to take a quick break from the beautiful city of Monterrey. So far, 2-2, the score between the Mexican legends and the FIFA legends. Quick break, and we'll be right back.
Hey, baby. I missed you so much. What are you doing right now?
Emeka, I'm in the car now with my family. We are going for lunch. I'll see you in the office on Monday. Yes.
Sometimes you don't have a way out.
This Emeka is a very funny guy.
With SportyBet, you do. Because with our maximum cash out availability, there's always a way out. SportyBet, winning is now that easy.
Breaking news out of Stamford Bridge. M. Shola to Chelsea. Here we go.
Come on, new guy.
Go on.
Winning big, winning big, winning big.
M. Shola is named as the best player in the world.
The stakes are high at Stamford Bridge today. Neto plays the ball in. Shola!
Come on, man. Where were you?
Winning big.
Bet now and win big with M Sport.
Name?
Ifanyo Obina from Lagos, sir.
The king of virtual games.
A virtual winner? Yes, 37 straight wins, sir.
You, skyscraper. What's a view from up there?
I see all the crash points, sir.
Any sports experts?
Benno Furry from Accra, sir.
He's the #1 in Maltese.
Pathological optimist.
You have a bonus pick.
Hey, you. Are you ready? Welcome to the team. I am Jose Mourinho.
And we are football.com.
Oh, and it falls through to the striker. What a goal! I can't believe it. We're just minutes in and it's already 1-0.
Oh, wait, Alex. Look at that fan. He's so emotional. Even his phone is getting some love. But wait, is he leaving? No, somebody stop him. This match is not over.
It is over if you play one up.
Get settled early with SportyBet. One up. Winning is now that easy.
This time, the ball gets rolling in the proper way, and Kenan Yildiz puts it straight out of play. A little bit disjointed straight. Cambiaso's ball didn't reach Yildiz, but Walukiewicz played into trouble. Now it is Yildiz. Cambiaso! And into the side netting. But first real chance of the game for Juventus.
Yeah, you can advances here, sloppy by Walukiewicz. And from there, Yildiz doesn't waste a second.
Tries to play in Kefren Thuram. That's interesting there. Numbers forwards here for Juventus. Thuram goes and Muric can hang on to it.
Yeah, another player that can. So this is the combination we were talking about in between David and Thuram from a tight angle in between three.
Kalulu. Juventus driving again. Kalulu's ball takes a deflection and it goes past a helpless Muric and in. Looked to me like Tarik Muaremovic got the final touch on that.
They're not enough aggressive, you see.
Miretti controls, finds Yildiz. David, Yildiz! Muric has to react quickly to it. Pinamonti. It's dropped to Thuram though. Yildiz. Yildiz still, and all the way, no. Good save again by Muric. Caught that really well, Yildiz. Not risking the pass into him. Cook Miners. David. Thuram, lovely football. And saved by Muric. McKennie drops to David. Good ball again to Miretti. Miretti through on goal. And Miretti has Juventus second. Fabio Miretti with his first since returning to Juventus. Put on a play in this second half, and this might be pounced upon by David. Big chance for Jonathan David, and he has scored. And this rewards what has been A fantastic performance from the Canadian. And what a show of character it's been. Pierini. Good strike and well saved by Di Gregorio. We've had to wait until the 84th minute for Sassuolo's first shot on target, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Decent try by Pierini.
Again, Di Gregorio. Equal to that. Juventus a win at the Mapei for the first time since 2022, giving Luciano Spalletti a much happier ending on this ground than when he was last here. Jonathan David.
If you try to show love for everybody.
The African giants are awake.
If it is for me, it will surely come to me. They no fit to me for work. Men they cash out, men they job. No go change your number to bad passport. Make you try to show love for everybody. Don't forget your body to bad passport. Make you try to show love for everybody. To bad passport. Make you try to show love for everybody. Don't forget your body to bad passport. Make you try to show love for everybody.
Look where the sun is rising and not where the sun is setting.
We are many nations, but only one heart.
If you gentle, mighty Vargas Latin. If you try to show love for everybody.
This Sunday in Serie A, struggling Lecce march into the fortress of San Siro, where AC Milan awaits.
And there's the opening goal.
Milan have been ruthless, unbeaten against Lecce for 18 years. For the visitors, it's a mountain to climb, an impossible mission. AC Milan versus Lecce, live on SportyTV.
This is the greatest spectacle in world football, a title decider, and it feels like nothing can sway a game of this magnitude.
Says who? We've been through this before. You just have to believe a little longer. And everybody knows that 1 minute here lasts forever. Because it's not over until we say it's over.
I feel like watching a game. Where can I watch the Premier League or the La Liga matches?
You have to download the SportyTV app, mate.
But I actually feel like watching the Bundesliga, Serie A, or even the Cristiano Ronaldo
Clinton, all of that is on the SportyTV app.
Written some SportyTV app. There's even the FA Cup, Carabao, Copa del Rey, even the PFL.
Yes, Clinton, yes. Wherever you are, with just your mobile phone, you have everything. And much more with the SportyTV app.
Contra Monterrey es el sinónimo de estar en la cúspide en toda la República Mexicana del fútbol regiomontano.
De Negris. ¡Uy, qué gol! ¡Qué gol! ¡Uy, qué
Les agradezco profundamente que nos den esta distinción a mi familia, a mis compañeros de trabajo.
La grandeza de Monterrey, del industrial de Monterrey, de la sociedad de Monterrey, simplemente faltaba que también coronara en el fútbol.
Un aplauso fuerte de parte de toda la afición y los que amamos el fútbol.
Well, ladies and gents, we're back at the Monterrey Stadium for this Mexico Legends versus FIFA Legends match. So far, a very entertaining first half with 4 goals in total and both teams tying at 2. We're definitely going to see some substitutions for sure for the second half as we see some of the kids there trying to get their jerseys signed by their star. And so far, Jose, a very entertaining atmosphere. Very nice to get to see some of these Mexican former legends and, of course, these FIFA legends. And so far, good goals as well.
Yes, Klaus, it has been fun to watch. All the, look at Gita is coming on the pitch. All the beautiful goals, the passes, the taquitos, you know, the rhythm that they still have. And all that technique that still belong to every single player, every one of these single legends that we are able to watch. Leading up to the next World Cup in the summer here in Monterrey, we will have first one of the first playoff matches, trying to get the final ticket to the next World Cup. Bolivia, Suriname, and Iraq will be competing in this very same stadium to be able to make it to the group rounds in the World Cup in Mexico, the US, and Canada. The first time that we're gonna have 48 teams.
That's right. Yeah, first time with 48 teams. Ladies and gents, don't forget, don't miss any of the action as far as goals, highlights, and much more. Scan the QR code on your screen to get everything related to this game and much more coming up. As Jose was talking about the upcoming World Cup, definitely something different that we're going to witness for the first time. More teams, more matches, a new round, the round of 32, which we're not really used to seeing in a World Cup. So definitely a new format that we're going to be witnessing in this 2026 when everything seems to be ready for the kickoff of the second half here in Monterrey.
Fabio Capello on one side coaching the FIFA legends, Tuca Ferretti on the other side coaching the Mexican legends. And the second half is underway, Klaus.
Second half is underway with the shot trying to surprise the keeper there. Alongside Jose Baus, I'm Klaus German. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the FIFA Legends versus Mexico Legends match. Live from Monterrey. So far, 2 goals to 2. And a lot more time to go. See if anybody ends up taking the victory here. Wonderful ball! And the 80s with a wonderful strike. Nothing Higuita could have done about this one. And what a fantastic ball from the right side towards the area. Wonderfully executed. And Mexico's up 3 goals to 2.
And who was it with the assist? El Matador Hernandez with that cross. For a moment, he looked like Cuauhtémoc Blanco with those movements. But what a pass, what a cross. And the Nigris finding the back of the net for the 3rd time for the Mexican legends.
I'm gonna tell you something. I think if the Nigris wouldn't have touched it, I think that would have been a goal by El Matador. I think that ball would have gone in. I don't think Higuita nor Cafu would. I think so. I think neither of them would have been able to get to it. And I'm telling you, El Matador has been on a wonderful night. Definitely into this game as he was still playing like back in the day, scoring a goal, screaming, celebrating in and out, putting a wonderful assist that Jose should have originally ended up in a goal, but the Nigris had to secure it.
And let's take into account that he is 57 years old, born in December of 1968, retired 20 years ago, back in 2005. So he's one of the oldest players that we are seeing in this scrimmage, in this beautiful match between these legends. So at 57 out of 60. El Matador Hernandez is still doing those kind of things.
Careful with this ball. Careful with it. Moy Muñoz, former America goalkeeper. Here it is. Look. You're gonna tell me that ball wasn't going in? Come on. Come on.
It was going in. You're right, Klaus. It was going in, definitely. Good catch. It was going in. Nothing to do for Jose Rene Higuita. And looking at the Matador Hernandez's past, played only 4 games for Boca Juniors back in 1997 in his prime. You know, it wasn't common that a Mexican player would go to play for Argentina, so there was a lot of assistance, you know, in his signing. But definitely he said, I'm going to stay here, you know, and I'm going to try my best. And got to score 2 goals in only 4 matches. That is El Matador Hernandez.
The reality is that he also got a team of Boca Juniors that wasn't the best. It was right before Boca Juniors had their golden era in the 2000s. That particular moment was... Exactly. And it was dominated by River Plate. And the 90s was literally dominated by River Plate, winning not only domestically but internationally as well. So El Matador, when he got to Boca, it wasn't the best time. Boca was going through a lot of trouble. So maybe that's why they didn't get to see the best side of him. But as you said, the only Mexican in history to play for El Xeneize.
And after that, he went back to Mexico and played for Tigres. He scored 39 goals in 64 matches. And then he went and experienced the MLS playing for the LA Galaxy, scoring another 15 goals in only 40 matches.
Oh, what a strike by Cafu, who wanted his goal. There it is. There he has it. What a strike. A lower power-driven shot. And Jose, everything's 3-3 now.
Cafu, yeah, that's him. And that's what he used to do back in his time. He's now 55 years of age, born in Sao Paulo, retired in 2008 playing for AC Milan and scoring this beauty from long distance. It is 3-3 and a very fun match to watch so far.
And of course, the Brazilian music in the background. Here's Schneider. Looking for Kluivert. Another response by Guardado. And Iris. It's a good combination. Looking for Oribe Peralta, the former... Oribe Peralta, if I'm not mistaken, he played for both, right? He played for Chivas and for America.
Yes.
One of the only players right now that comes to mind, one of the only players that have played in both. I know there's probably more out there, but quickly coming to mind, Oribe Peralta, after having successful seasons in one of the Giants, moved to another Giant in Mexico. Not something that we see every day for sure.
Trying to think of another one who played for both.
Definitely not in the modern era, that's for sure. Touching in the back. Here's Pepe. Yeah, Oswaldo Sanchez, I think also, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not... I think Oswaldo Sanchez also, let's not forget, legendary goalkeeper from Mexico, was in the World Cup in 2006.
You know who I remember now? Ricardo Peláez played for both as well.
That's a little more back in the time. Look at this ball. Beautiful ball from Schneider! And Patrick Kluivert takes care of putting right into the back of the net. And now the FIFA legends turn it around and they're up 4-3.
What a finish by Kluivert. He's a typical number 9. Controlled the ball with his left foot and the finish with his right one. What a beauty by Patrick Kluivert. "49 years old. Patrick Estefan Kluivert. He started playing for Ajax back in 1994 and retired at Lille in Ligue 1 in 2008. He was actually the coach of Indonesia, trying to qualify for the World Cup.
He's putting his
And
foot.
he also took as manager, Klaus, for Curaçao back in 2015, all the way through 2021.
They're going to play short on this one. Guardado with a quick touch. The shot from long range. I believe it was Matador Hernandez. Easily controlled.
You know,
FIFA's,
talking still about those players that you know, wore both jerseys, Chivas in America. Also, Carlos Hermosillo played for America and then Chivas. Rafael Marquez Lugo, Osvaldo Sanchez, you mentioned him. Ramoncito Ramirez played for both. And the latest one could be Cendejas, who arrived in 2022 and, you know, play between Chivas and America. Oribe Peralta, you mentioned them. Maza Rodriguez, first played for Chivas and ended up playing for America in 2014.
So there's quite a few.
Yes, there's been some names. Damian Alvarez, the Argentinian as well. First in Chivas and then in America.
La Chilindrina. Careful with this one, and what a shot!
Wow.
He celebrates it, as he should. Striking right into the back of the net. The former America, Miguel Layún. And the celebration.
One of the players that were part of the controversial match between Mexico and the Netherlands. What a beauty. What a shot.
What a strike.
By Layún. So Higuita is no longer on the pitch. Yeah, he played only for like 5 minutes.
And he got his participation in there. They called him up. They told him he had to be part of the game.
He still got his medal.
That's it. That's what he came here for. For the third half. Pretty interesting now as we've seen both teams go up and down on the scoreboard. FIFA Legends first taking advantage, then Mexico going up, and now after FIFA went right back up, Mexico tying the match. So it's been pretty interesting, and as we said, the format of this match makes it a little more interesting as far as the amount of goals we're seeing, the amount of action. Here's Shabalala, who, by the way, made his way in for Xavi. Cafu. Here's Shabalala looking for the shot, looking for the angle. Wide.
There's Higuita, Vieri, Totti, Del Piero, and Luca Ferretti laughing. Still.
Almost, but not quite.
And Klaus, talking about that controversial game from the 2014 FIFA World Cup between Mexico and the Netherlands. You know, Snyder recently was asked about the controversial penalty, and where Robin was fouled supposedly, and And because of that penalty, Netherlands ended up advancing to the next round, eliminating Mexico. So he said, no, it wasn't a penalty. I don't know if it was because he was in Mexico and he was just being friendly, or he really think that it wasn't a penalty.
I think I'm going to go with the second one, to be honest. But to be honest, as we see the header here, wide from target by Oribe Peralta, nobody thinks that was the penalty. The reality is that was a perfect dive by Robin. And Netherlands ended up taking advantage from that goal. It was very unjust because Mexico had done a better match, especially in that second half against the Netherlands. But unfortunately, that call from the referee made Mexico go home early, where I think they had a pretty decent World Cup after that match. That kicked off with, I believe it was Cameroon sharing the group with Croatia, with Mexico tying against Brazil in that match that Memo Ochoa literally saved pretty much everything. And then obviously, yeah, and then that particular game that we were just talking about between the Netherlands and Mexico, it is Schneider who converts. I believe it's Giovanni Dos Santos that converts for Mexico.
Yes, Gio Dos Santos.
Cafu. Cafu looks like he's trying to get another one. Schneider looking from long range. The ball blocked by Zavala, and now the response by the Mexican legends. The Nigris getting involved. Now Guardado. Lashun asks for it and does exactly where the ball ends up going towards. Hernandez. And the good recovery by Pepe. I believe Totti's ready to get back in.
Look at that first touch by Patrick Kluivert.
So here finding Schneider. The combination between the Dutch and the Spaniard. The ball ends up taking a deflection here on Mier, and it will be a corner kick for the FIFA legends.
There's going to be other substitutions later leaving the pitch. Francisco Totti back. Hacia Aspe, Borghetti, and Marco Fabian.
They play it short. It's a good ball towards the far post. Kluivert with the shot and easily controlled by Moise Munoz. Lashun. Guardado. Wonderful cross by Guardado. Wonderful combination. This could be it. This could be it. Hernandez. Hernandez leaves it for Guardado back towards number 15. Finding Lashun. Wonderful combination by the Mexican legends. Here's Guardado. It has to end up in a goal. Hernandez over the crossbar.
After that pass from his teammate and trying to find the best angle, just went over the crossbar. It's a 4-4. And they're playing to the expectations, to be honest. Cafu back on the pitch. That's Kluivert. It's always delightful to see Cafu back on the pitch, remembering all those ins and outs from the right flank.
Now foul? No, referee says no foul. Not the best control by Kluivert.
But we are here to have fun, you know. We're not here to judge the referee or the players.
It's a very long ball towards the far post, rejected by Shabalala. Oribe Peralta, who tries to put it back into action, but it goes a little longer than expected. A good chest to bring it down, and now Mia in charge. Good control down the middle. Good turn as well. Guardado looking to pretty much draw the start of the play for the Mexican Legends as we cross the 53rd minute.
And
Luis
some
getting involved.
interesting
Valencia,
facts.
and now Lashun.
Close. And I was going to mention, Klaus, some more interesting facts about the pitch here at Estadio Monterrey. So underneath, there's a state-of-the-art subterranean ventilation and vacuum drainage system, and it actually sucks the excess water right out of the ground to prevent flooding and pumps oxygen directly to the roots. So it's like the pitch is breathing, and the surface is a hybrid marble. It just is natural grass reinforced with 3% of synthetic fibers to add some extra durability. So it's not only the beauty that we see externally in this beautiful stadium, it's just the condition of the pitch, you know, getting ready for the next World Cup, the biggest sporting event in the world. And getting ready for the action in March. We're gonna be paying close attention to those games between Bolivia, Suriname, and Iraq.
Here's Cafu. Back towards Pepe. Pujol tries to control it, brings it down, finds Shabalala. Shabalala! And what a challenge to stop what could have been a goal from Mier.
Almost had it with the left-footed shot. The South African, one of the big heroes in that South African World Cup, scoring that goal against Mexico after many years of political misfits in the country.
And now Moy, a wonderful touch in there. Four goals to 4. No one's in front of the scoreboard. Look at Moises coming out. He comes out and heads that one out. Obviously, he couldn't use his hand on that one. Pujol. Here's a good cross in the area, and Kluwer not able to get to it.
Wow. And Pujol laughs. He laughs it off. It was a nice try. Leon.
Careful with this one. It's a good rejection in the back, and now Mexico with a chance to come back and create a counter. It's a good switch. Marco Fabian getting involved. Switches sides now, goes from right to left. Oribe Peralta opening his arms, asking for it. That's exactly where the ball ends up going. Wonderful tackle from Shabalala to take that one away. Another chance for Kluwer. This could be this is actually Cafu! And I told you he wanted another one, and there it is. The former Brazilian world champion puts the FIFA legends up ahead, 5-4.
At 55, still making those runs and still finishing with that talent at the right moment, extending the leg to find the back of the net and giving the FIFA legends the advantage again. 5-4. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Cafu. And he still delights us with his soccer talent.
So Miguel Lachun back on the pitch, I believe, replacing the Nigris, who's no longer on the pitch. Careful with this one as the ball makes its way in. Pepe with the rejection. Shabalala tries to bring it down, finds Kluwer. Sergio, back towards Pepe.
Materazzi, another World Cup champ. How many World Cup champs do we have right now on the pitch? We have Puyol, Materazzi. Oof. We have Busquets. We have Totti. We have Cafu.
Dida, who's not on the pitch right now, but was a couple of minutes. Oh, actually, he's back. He's back, so.
We have Dida as well. So what, 7 out of the 9 at this moment playing for the FIFA Legends are World Cup champions. Look at that. Homemade. Well, Jorge Campos is gonna play probably as a striker. Yeah, number 9. In the back of his shirt, it reads Fields, which means Campos in Spanish.
Definitely a character. And on top of that, playing for the FIFA Legends, not even playing for the Mexican Legends. So that's going to have a little bit of spice there.
And as he jokes around, you know, he's an analyst, and during his broadcast, he's always joking, and you know, that's his style. So he's saying, "I'm not Jorge Campos today. I'm George Fields."
Definitely want to get some action on him for sure.
And by the way, one of the unique goalkeepers who had that tendency of not only playing, you know, behind the woodwork, but also playing as a regular field player and scoring goals that way. Not as many as Higuita or Rogerio Senior or José Luis Chilaver, but one of the ones who initiated that style of goalkeeping.
It's a good save by Dida there. Slight touch preventing what could have been a goal. Here's Cafu. Snyder with it, thinking, picking up his hat, looking for an option. Ball rejected first by Lachun. And now the response by Mexican Legends with Guardado. Fabian going even more back. Marco Fabian on the far left. Here's Lashun on the far right. Peralta could have taken the shot there, but decided to find a teammate. Wasn't the best distribution here. Sergio Busquets. Shabalala trying to clear the danger. It's a good challenge by Guardado. We are going to have the substitution here.
Eso, Patrick Kluivert coming off, and Jorge Brody Campos, George Fields, he's on the pitch. He's going to be a striker. Yes, why not? Totti back as well. I mean, Del Piero.
He was back on the pitch. Long ball from the back area. Cafu with the overlapping header, but finds no one. Look at Pepe. Throwing a little bit of magic in there. Cafu holds it pretty well, steps on it, tries to find help, has to go all the way back. From Spain to Brazil, and from Brazil to Italy. Long ball from Materazzi.
Materazzi, another key player in that treble won by Mourinho at Inter Milan. That famous moment when Mourinho was leaving for Real Madrid, both hugging and crying at his departure. And as Mourinho said one time, they were very, very close.
Well, Mexico looking to tie up the game here. Beautiful ball towards Lashun! Ndida finds him right at the goal line. Even though he gets pushed in by Paco Valencia.
Paco pushing him, saying, hey, this is if the ball didn't go in, then I'm gonna make it go in. And you're gonna go in as well.
I don't think Ndida liked it too much, but it was funny.
No, he didn't like it. It was fun. It was fun, but he didn't like it.
Pepe. Sergio. Not a good distribution by number 5, and now the chance for the Mexican Legends to find something here. Marco Fabian picks it up before it goes out of bounds. Good control. By number 33. On the far right is Miguel Lashun. Paco. Back towards Lashun. Once again looking for Paco. Mexican Legends trying to find space. They have to go back.
Trying to identify who's next to.
Careful. Here's Marco. Wonderful ball from Marco Fabian! And it looked like it went in.
He's claiming the ball went in.
Referee says nope, play it on.
I'm trying to see who's the person next to Fabio Capello. Actually, I haven't seen Bucetich much. It's been Tuca Ferretti coaching for the Mexican Legends.
Xavi combining with Busquets. Materazzi. Schneider. I'm actually stealthy with that. Quick little touch. Sergio looking for the right option. Finds Xavi. Garcia's going to pick that one up right before it goes out of bounds. Decides to go back with Dida. FIFA holding on to the scoreboard. FIFA Legends 5-4 up. Valencia. Could wait to keep it inbound. Lashun.
The replay of the last one. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a goal.
Clean. Yeah, he was right. It should have been a goal. It should have been 5-5 as of right now. That's Bennett.
Guardado. Hey!
Only for a penalty. And she's given a penalty or a free kick.
I think that's a free kick. That's a lot of love right there. That's a lot of love, a lot of hugging. And the referee ends up calling a foul. A little bit late, but ends up calling a foul. And now Mexican Legends are going to have a wonderful chance here to find the back of the net. Very short distance to target.
Was it Materazzi on Oribe?
It had to be.
Yeah, it was. Well, I assume there's no wall. 5 minutes stoppage time. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a wall.
Well, only a couple of minutes left. Already on stoppage time. The chance for Marco Fabian! What a strike by the former Mexico national team in Chivas. Marco Fabian ties it during stoppage time. It's 5-5.
It had to be Marco Fabian with that touch. He had it in that opportunity, in that chance to get the equalizer at the very last minute. Yeah, with Dida. Maybe could have done something better in that shot. A lot of power. And it's 5-5.
Moments like these deserve a second look. Scan the QR on your screen to receive goals, big plays, and standout highlights from the Corona Legends game. Brought to you by 7 Sports Entertainment. Whether you're watching it live or on demand, the best moments go straight to your phone. No app needed. Now with approximately 4 and change to go, game's tied to 5, and it looks like we might see penalties. Most likely we will. And it looks like that's it, ladies and gents. The final whistle from Jimena Marquez. And we're going to penalties, Jose.
5-5 at the end of the regulation with that last-minute goal by Marco Fabian in El Brody Campus. Is it in or out? Is it trying to play as a goalkeeper, trying to play as a striker? So we'll see who's gonna win this match. All for fun, leading up to the next World Cup here in Monterrey. A lot of hugs, smiles, and a lot of action in a very friendly atmosphere that is gonna end up in penalty shootouts to determine who's the winner between the Mexican legends and the FIFA legends. Or are we gonna have penalty kicks? Or is this it, Klaus?
Looks like everybody's greeting each other, which makes it seem as they're like, you know what? I don't think we're feeling penalties tonight. Let's go home a little bit early. It's Saturday night.
Let's have dinner. Let's have a drink. Let's talk about soccer. Let's talk about your life.
It's a little earlier in Mexico too, so there's more time to. More time to hang out, more time to go out for sure. So it looks like it will stay. I even heard some of the players asking if we were going to penalties.
Yeah, Aspe was supposed to play. He didn't play. He's injured, as we can see. One of the few Mexicans who went to play abroad, specifically in Spain for Atletico de Madrid. There's Bucetich. He was still here.
Jorge Campos has the ball as if he was, as he wants to take some penalties. He wants to keep going.
They're still on the pitch. They're still deciding whether to finish it off through penalties or just go home like that with the 5-5. Oh, that's the... Yeah, he got to play a little bit. That's the moment of his injury. Yeah, this step right there. He's got some eyes in the back of his left foot, or left leg, I should say.
Beautiful scenery from the Monterrey Stadium, one of the venues for the 2026 FIFA World Cup coming up this summer. And of course, this will be one of the venues, one of the most attractive venues we'll have. It looks like we are going to have Higuita's getting ready. He's warming up.
It looks like he's getting ready. Yeah. Gonna have some fun. More fun in the penalty shootouts.
Well, let's see what happens. Hernandez versus Dida! And he completes his night with a goal, with an assist, and with the penalty. Mexico leads 1-0.
Power and location for El Matador Hernandez. Not a chance for Dida. And now Francesco Totti to make it 1-1.
The chance for Totti against Moises Munoz! And as Moy takes care of action, stops the penalty, and Mexico Legends still leading 1-0.
Yeah, he guessed it on the right side. And it's 1-0 for the Mexican legends. Bobo Vieri giving some indications. Here's Andres Guardado.
Andres Guardado against Dida. Guardado! Excellent execution. Into the back of the net. By the former Mexican national team.
Executed by Guardado. A natural left footer. Power. And Dida going to the other side. Materazzi.
Now it's Materazzi. And Moises once again stopping the penalty. Mexico still leading, and FIFA legends yet to convert. The same man who committed the foul that led to the 5-5 now misses the penalty.
And Moises gets the right once again. Now Marco Fabian.
Marquitos Fabian! Right into the back of the net. 3-0. Mexican legends up. And if FIFA legends don't convert here, it's pretty much game over.
Love to see if they're gonna have the 5 shooters, you know, and that all the 5 penalties, or if this is gonna be it. If Sergio Busquets doesn't convert, it's game over.
Here's Sergio Busquets, nice. And of course the man with the class intact. Claudio Vieri dances, and FIFA legends are still in the game.
It looks like it's gonna be Jorge Campos to take one of the shots. Nicely done by Sergio Busquets.
Hector Moreno. 3-2-1, and Dida saves it, but he took a couple of steps forward. That's for sure. A little help for the Brazilian. Now Mexico leads 3-1.
How many steps forward did he take? A lot. But is that gonna be repeated? I don't think it's gonna stand. Yeah, it's gonna stand like the Del Piero now.
Well, Del Piero against Moy Munoz. A chance for the former Juventus. 3, 2, 1! And look at that class, look at that touch, look at that execution. Now Mexico legends lead, but 3-2.
Another class act by the FIFA legends, just like Sergio Busquets. Now it's Alessandro Del Piero with this beautiful touch. It's gonna be Paco
Palencia to win it for Mexico. And Dida stops it. Didn't even have to move.
Like he's a giant. .6'5".
Now Vieri taking off his jacket, putting his shoes back on because he didn't think he was going to take any more shots. Against Moy Munoz, who already saved 2. He tries to go for his 3rd of the night. Vieri against Moy, and Moy stands still, saves the penalty, and Mexican legends win the match. 3-2 against FIFA legends. It's the end here in Monterrey.
It is game over. It's a victory for the Mexican legends. What a fun night here in Monterrey. And they are, of course, celebrating, because why not? It has been very fun to watch all these legends, Klaus. And a pleasure to be alongside you commentating these type of games again.
Well, ladies and gents, the evening comes to an end here in Monterrey, one of the venues for the 2026 World Cup. 5-5 final result in the 70 minutes, in the 35 and 35 respectively. and Mexican Legends ended up winning in the penalty shootout. Jose, it's been a pleasure to work with you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we come to an ending point here in Monterrey. And of course, many more activities will follow along, and many more activities will continue between today and obviously the kickoff of the World Cup in June. Here, one of the cities in charge of hosting such event. So we'll definitely see much more from Monterrey. From now,
you wanna
lugging
if
out.
you wanna retire from a job, this is the best way to do it, Klaus.
Wish you can get a picture with some of these legends. It's been more than the game itself, a very, very entertaining back and forth. Both teams up in the scoreboard, both teams converting goals. So, to finalize the night, a penalty shootout where Mexican Legends win and take the game of the night. Ladies and gents, alongside Jose Bauz, I'm Klaus German. It has been a pleasure to be alongside you. Mexican Legends take the match, and it's been a pleasure. We'll see you next time, whenever soccer calls upon us. Good evening. Bye.
Shoulder to shoulder within the city. And tonight, Riyadh's biggest rivals are eyeball to eyeball. The two best teams in the land right now. Al Hilal with 10 straight victories and a spot at the summit of the Saudi Pro League. And Al Nassr, who had their own double-figure winning streak. But that has gone. Their lead at the top has gone with it. But if you are going to launch the repair job, it is here where Al Nassr will want to get the tools out. A capital derby with huge